Okay, have you ever stopped to wonder what the mafia, a crooked politician, and maybe even a simple landlord-tenant dispute could possibly have in common? Well, the answer is a single incredibly powerful law that has totally reshaped modern justice in ways you might not expect. Today, we're diving deep and demystifying the RICO Act. I know, right? On the surface, they seem like they're from completely different worlds. And yet, there is one single piece of legislation that connects all of them. It's a law so powerful it can bring down entire criminal empires and, as we're about to see, has found its way into some very, very unexpected places. That law, of course, is RICO. All right, so to really get a handle on RICO, we have to go back to its roots. You have to understand that this law was forged in the fire of the fight against one of America's most legendary criminal elements, the Mafia. See, before 1970, prosecutors had this huge problem. They could lock up individual mobsters, sure, but the organization itself, the enterprise, was like a monster that would just grow a new head and carry on. RICO completely changed the game. It gave law enforcement a weapon to attack the entire criminal structure, not just the individual soldiers. So how does this incredibly powerful legal tool actually work? I mean, what's under the hood? Well, its real strength comes down to two key concepts that, when you put them together, create this formidable weapon against organized crime. First up, you've got the pattern of racketeering activity. Now, this is absolutely crucial. It means prosecutors don't just have to prove a single isolated crime, like one robbery. No, they have to show a series of connected criminal acts that form a bigger pattern of behavior. And what's the magic number to establish this so-called pattern? You might be surprised. The law only requires prosecutors to prove at least two separate criminal acts. That's it. Just two predicate offenses, and suddenly, the door to a massive RICO case swings wide open. And this is where the true breadth of RICO becomes crystal clear. Racketeering isn't just one specific thing. It's this huge umbrella term for a whole long list of profit-motivated felonies. We're talking bribery, extortion, money laundering, all kinds of fraud. Any of these can be used as a building block for a RICO case. The second piece of the puzzle is the enterprise. And again, the definition here is just incredibly broad. It's not just some formal business with a sign on the door. It could be a major crime family, a corrupt police department, or even just a small group of people working together to commit a scam. If they're associated, in fact, boom, they could be considered an enterprise. But you know, prison time is only half the story. The real teeth of the RICO Act, the thing that makes it so feared, is its ability to hit criminals right where it truly hurts: their wallets. Look, a RICO conviction carries some heavy penalties, up to 20 years in prison, big fines. But the true game changer is that word in bold, forfeiture. This gives the government the power to seize every single asset connected to the criminal enterprise, literally dismantling it from the ground up. And when we say everything, we mean everything. I'm not kidding. Cars, houses, jewelry, bank accounts, stocks, even entire businesses. If it was bought with dirty money or used in the scheme, it is fair game. The goal is to leave the criminal enterprise with absolutely nothing. And the law is smart, right? It totally anticipates that classic criminal move of hiding your ill-gotten gains in someone else's name. These so-called straw man transactions don't fool the courts. The government can still go after that property, making it almost impossible to protect the fruits of your crimes. So it's clear RICO was incredibly effective against the mob, no doubt about it. But here's the thing about a law with such broad, flexible language. It was only a matter of time before it was used in ways its creators probably never, ever imagined. Because a legal tool this powerful is like giving a blank canvas to a bunch of really creative lawyers. And with RICO, they started painting some very unexpected pictures, especially in the world of civil lawsuits. Now get ready for this number, because it is pretty stunning. An American Bar Association study found that over 90% of the targets in civil RICO lawsuits have zero connection to organized crime. This just shows a dramatic, massive evolution. The ultimate mob-busting tool found a whole new purpose, far, far away from the mob. So where is civil RICO being used today? I mean, sure, securities fraud, commercial disputes, that kind of makes sense. But will contests, landlord-tenant disagreements, even divorce proceedings? The weapon designed for gangsters is now a pretty common feature in everyday courtrooms. So what's the appeal? Why would you use it? Well, there's a massive financial incentive baked right into the law. If you win a civil RICO case, you're not just entitled to the damages you suffered, you're entitled to 3 times your damages. That potential for a triple payday makes filing a RICO lawsuit a very, very tempting idea.
Okay, but we're not done. There is one more surprising, almost wild twist in the RICO saga, and this one involves the people on the inside, the informants.
You see, the law allows for compensation to informers, and let me tell you, that is a massive understatement. In practice, a key informant can negotiate for a huge slice of all those forfeited assets we talked about, sometimes as much as 50%, with the other half going to the law enforcement agency that made the bust. So this creates this fascinating high-stakes dynamic. A savvy informant can basically create a bidding war for their information. With multiple law enforcement agencies all hungry for a big RICO case and the massive forfeitures that come with it, the informant can play them off each other and cut a deal with whoever offers the best percentage. It's a whole game within the game.
So there you have it. From a targeted weapon against the mob to a powerful tool in a divorce court, RICO's journey has been a remarkable one. Its power and its flexibility are just undeniable. But it leaves us with this really critical question. Is RICO still a surgical tool for justice, or has it become more of a sledgehammer used to escalate everyday disputes and chase massive paydays? The answer, just like the law itself, is pretty complicated. What do you think?